Right, let's take you to one of our top stories we're leading with this morning, and that is former President Jacob Zuma's trial for corruption, racketeering and money laundering, which begins today here at the Pietermaritzburg High Court. Now, we speak to the staunch supporter of former President Jacob Zuma. He is Bishop Vusi Dube, who is also a member of the provincial legislature here in KwaZulu-Natal. Bishop, thank you very much for your time. Something very notable here today. In fact, starting yesterday, no night vigil. And supporters, I'm told by a colleague who's across the road that we're going to talk to now, that there's not much people there. What's happening in as far as the support for the former president? This is unusual.
Yeah. No, thank you very much, Chloe. One would have to understand it's 14 years or 15 years after. In 2005, you remember, if we were there, we're here in thousands, in numbers, with a lot of leaders some of them are in government, and some of them obviously have retired on the very same case of the former president. Now we're asking a very interesting question: where are those crowds? Where are those people who were there at that time? You know, because of the long journey of this trial, everything has dwindled. Even the inspiration that was within the people has dwindled, and the mindset of other people have changed. But I must say, Koli, it was a sound decision that came from us that we are not going to have a night vigil. We are going to allow people to come this morning. They'll be coming this morning from various areas of KwaZulu-Natal, and also we've got a few people who have arrived from Johannesburg and other provinces who are coming.
How are these people coming to this court? Are they coming of their own volition, using their own money, or are they being transported?
Well, that's a very interesting question again, because a lot of people who are coming today are the people who are coming on their own transport, on their own conviction. They are coming from all sides on their own.
The flip side of the coin to what you are saying, Bishop, is that people like, for example, the former eThekwini mayor, the beleaguered former mayor, Zandile Gumede,
yes,
when she was in a position of power, both in the party and in government, it wasn't difficult to rally all those crowds, bus them to this particular court whenever the former president would appear. The departure of those people from those key positions, is that perhaps a contributing factor to the dwindling support we're seeing?
Well, maybe we have to be very honest in that one. That yes, indeed, when we had certain leaders who were committed in this journey, or in this journey of justice, there has been a lot of support and a lot of resources that are coming. It shows us a great lesson also, Koli, that when you are in power, obviously you amass a lot of people who are following you. But it comes a time where you'd ask yourself, were these people really committed to the journey, or was it because of the benefit that they were getting out of the support that they were giving to a particular person? But I still believe, I was here in 2005. I still believe there are other people who are going to come and be with us here, who are going to show that we did not come because we were interested in anything, but wanted to see justice done.
Bishop, I'm completely out of time, but I've got to put this question to you. Lots of people will say that young politicians, particularly in this province, are looking after their own political careers, therefore would want to disassociate from someone who's as beleaguered as the former president. The question perhaps for a person like you is, how much longer do you want that proximity to the former president until perhaps your own fortunes turn for the worst?
You know, when in 2005 I was not a member of the legislature. I recently came back as a member of the legislature, irrespective that I've been seen leading these people who are in support of the former president. And I don't think it changed the mind of the people who are in leadership to say because Pastor Dooba is in support of former president, he must not be amongst the people who are was serving in the legislature. Let me promise, I'm not just a member of the ANC. I am a committed member of the ANC, but I'm also a pastor. So I have a responsibility to stand with the people who happen to be in trouble in their lives. And that is why you will see also that the support is still there with a lot of religious leaders who were there in the beginning. We are still going to be there.
Bishop Vusi Dube, thank you very much for making the time to speak to us here. He is a staunch supporter of the former president. Time and again, you'll see him come here in court to support the former president whenever he appears. Let's